babalik po ang ating diskusyon hinggil dito sa Flight 370 ng Malaysian Airlines. At the discussion ranges from very serious technical, political, economic to the very silly UFO. At yung isa sa mga dahil lang hindi daw po, para mabigyan opportunity yung ating CAP na magpaliwanag, hindi daw po equipped yung Pilipinas na i-monitor yung ating airspace. Baka nandito lang sa Pilipinas yung aeroplano nasa Mindanao or baka nasa NAIA. Bad joke, but CAP may want to explain.
Alam niyo po ako, meron lang maliit na aircraft dito, mga trainer airplanes natin. Maski na nag-force landing sa anong lugar, in 5 minutes may nagte-text na o meron plano rito. Lahat yata ang Pilipino, meron walang lugar dito sa Pilipinas na walang may cellphone. So that is impossible. That is a big aircraft. It will easily be spotted. So, wala po yun.
Pero yung monitoring natin, Captain, yung airspace ng Pilipinas, anybody crossing, pa-Chinese yan, American fighter jets or commercial, atin po ba yung namomonitor on a 24/7 basis?
Now, we monitor commercial flights. We are the commercial aviation now.
Okay.
I was in the military before, but now we are commercial. So we monitor commercial flights. All flights that will enter the Philippine Information Region, FIR, Flight Information Region, has to secure a clearance from CAAP. It has to be approved before they enter. This particular flight had a request to overfly the Philippine FIR. But on that day, they chose to file another flight plan that they would be going direct via Vietnam.
Pero if they don't request for a flyback, can we still monitor?
If they have the transponder on. Because that is the limitation of our radar.
Okay.
Yun. So napakahalaga talaga yung fact na pinatay talaga yung transponder. Ano?
Pero yun sa commercial yun, kasi
Yung sa military. Tanungin natin.
Sa military, we have radar stations. One of them is Wallace Air Station, actually. So, yun nga, the FIR and the ADIS are basically the same area. So, pag pumasok sila sa airspace, if they are commercial jets, they coordinate with the CAAP. But if they are military jets, we ask for identification, for positive identification. Because when they enter the FIR, when they enter the ADIC, we need to know whether they are friendly, what they are doing there. And if they do not respond, protocol-wise, we have to send in our jets to intercept, send in our aircraft.
Gusto kong balikan yung issue tungkol dun sa dalawang pasahero ng sumakay dito sa particular flight na ito. Although sinabi na nga na hindi sila mga terorista, but this is still a lapse in security.
That's right.
And can this happen po sa atin, Captain Andrews? Kasi sabi na sa database Interpol yung dalawang pangalan ng passport na nawala last 2013 and 2012. And it was not known by Malaysian authorities.
I think because of this incident, all countries are talking about it now. They're taking steps wherein this database is going to be transmitted to all concerned parties. And this is not the work of CAAP, no? I'm not putting on
Yes.
someone else, but this is from the Bureau of Immigration.
Yes.
And of course, there is also the security aspect. The security of airlines and flight in the Philippines is with the OTS.
Gusto ko tanungin si Ginoong David, itong buong incident, we're reading high technology, but we're also realizing that high technology has its limitations. At lalo na at maraming bansa ang concern, and you worked for some time with the Republic of Palau. Paano yung response ng ibang bansa naman? How conscious are they or how desirous are they na mapaganda rin yung kanilang teknolohiya para magtahi-tahi yung technology ng buong mundo?
Sa case namin before, no, when I was in the Republic of Palau, island in the Micronesian region, yung small Pacific islands are really in full cooperation in terms of diplomacy, in terms of the law of the sea. So lahat yun may interconnected na mga agency that are very much involved on all matters, particularly the security. Because before, no, Republic of Palau is used to be a trust territory of the United States. But actually, up to this time, our airport is under the Federal Aviation Authority. No, we are within the bounds of the standards of the FAA and the Homeland Security. But what is beautiful about that is within the Pacific, within the Pacific area, the South Pacific region, there is a full diplomatic cooperation. within the states, within the small states and small islands.
Ang isa sa pinaka medyo tawagin natin wild na nabasa ko, paliwanag ni Captain Andrews, na meron daw itong parang sino-showcase na teknolohiya how to make a commercial airline stealth. Posible po ba ito, Captain Andrews, na how appear somewhere and proves to the world that they can make a commercial airline stealth? Kagaya ng mga stealth jets ng Amerika at ng Russia.
Now, what would be the reason to make it a stealth aircraft? When you talk of commercial jets, all you're looking for now is fuel economy. Most comfortable aircraft, stealth cost money, and they're not fuel efficient. So you're not going to be making money out of this. Technology is there to make it happen, but certainly no one's going to be investing in this. Aside from this, when you're talking of commercial aircraft, they have to be always controlled.
So, importanteng mas mapalawak kasi yung teknolohiya nga, no?
Pero marami pa rin what ifs.
Yes.
Ang sinasabi ng iba, lalo-lalo na sa internet, paano kung hindi na mahanap
That's right.
itong eroplanong ito? Is this ever a possibility, Captain Andrews? In the age of high technology?
No, I believe that eventually this aircraft will be discovered and found out what really happened. No, but it may happen in a week's time. We don't know. The only time we will know what really happened is when we get hold of that flight director. Now, as far as other things are concerned, I think nandun na tayo. Tama na yung mga haka-haka eh. Because the idea now is to get the facts, try to determine where it is, and concentrate all our efforts and assets in that area.
Sa tingin mo ba din, Edna, na may pananagutan ang gobyerno ng Malaysia, even though ito ay isang commercial transaction between the airline and the passengers?
I think very much, yes. May pananagutan ang Malaysian authorities. For one, the airlines is run by the Malaysian government. And as an official flag carrier, always the government, at the end of the day, it's the Malaysian government which will hold responsibility over the a problem and a disaster such as this one. Kaya nga, kung tinitingnan at inaasahan mula sa ating Malaysian authorities.
Ginoong David, kanina nabanggit mo yung microeconomic implications nitong pagkawala ng MH370. How about the macroeconomic?
Yeah. Yung pinaka magiging indirect effect nito kasi, number one, tourism. Alright. Number two, foreign direct investments. Number three, possibly stock market. Number four, banking, no? Business and investment. So, on this note, ang importante kasi sa ngayon, I speak for the Philippines only, no?
Yes.
Ang importante ngayon kasi, lahat dapat cooperative. Halimbawa, ikaw, you are a traveler. Submit yourself for a security check. Huwag mo silang awayin, di ba? Huwag mo silang pagalitan because they're just doing their job. At the end of the day, it's for your own benefit. Ngayon, ano yung epekto nga nito sa tinatawag natin na macroeconomics, no? Kasi in a long term, pagka nangyayari yung mga ganitong security issue, ang maapektuhan yung bansa natin. Sayang naman, last year that we have gained or we have garnered 3 credit ratings upgrade. Tapos pagka may mga ganitong single incident lang, the entirety will be affected. So, it really starts from yourself, from the individual.
Okay. Veronica, itong incident ito is giving us an opportunity to understand aircraft na nabanggit ni Captain Andrews at sa ating
Mga
mga news
pinging-pinging
reports. Ano?
na yan, tsaka
Is this
transponder.
making you more confident or more fearful of flying?
Well, actually, no. It's actually making me think deeper on a deeper level. Like, yes,
On a
kasi para
life after death.
Para kasi sa akin, I think yung mga tao, hindi na mawawala yung kagustuhan nila to travel. Kasi it's like an innate nature for people to really discover new things. But the thing is, actually, yung worry ko lang, no, I think kunwari, pwede siya magamit. Kasi parang natin, pwede pala mas-sensationalize. So, for example, if you're part of a terrorist group, parang, ay, may bagong avenue to wreak havoc. So, pwedeng factor din siya to flyers. Like, for example, kung ako, gusto ko may isip ko, what if something happens? So it's an additional kind of burden or worry for a normal traveler na what would happen? Kaya I think I agree with Mr. David na we should really it begins on the individual. Like, subject yourself to the proper security measures, subject yourself to the proper rules and regulations, and it goes up na from there.
Yun, balik ang paghuhubad ng sapatos.
Oo, wag
sa
tumangging
aeroplane.
hubarin ang
Yun.
sapatos pag pinahubad.
Okay.
Tumungo po tayo sa ating kasama si Kirby Cristobal para sa iba pang katanungan. Kirby.
Maraming salamat sa inyo, Cathy at Atty. Mark. May pahabol pang mga katanungan yung ating mga bisitang estudyante. Si Pamela Piedad galing sa PUP. May karagdagang katanungan. Pamela?
My question is for Captain Andrews po. Since there are almost 300 na passengers on board, na obviously meron naman sigurong mobile phones, can telecommunication companies provide services such as mobile phone tracking po?
O, kasi nag-ring daw yung iba hours after the incident.
Mahirap pong paniwalaan na at 35,000 feet meron kang makukuha cell site, no? Because from my experience, above 5,000 feet, wala ka ng cell site. Eh. And there are some aircraft now that are equipped with Wi-Fi. This is a protection for the passengers. In fact, the CAAP came out with the new regulation allowing the use of cell phones for passengers to be able to immediately text if there is anything unusual they see in that cabin, in the aircraft. Immediate, and we can respond also immediately. Yung tracking, medyo mahirap. The aircraft is already equipped with all the tracking equipment there. Yung cell phone, the signal is so weak that I don't think there's still technology for this. Unless it is satellite-based. Huh? Kailangan malaman din natin, the crew have any sat phone with them wherein they could communicate with somebody else for whatever reason. I hope it answers your question.
Alright, maraming salamat po sa inyo, Captain Andrews. Si Mark Luis Ferolino ng PUP may katanungan.
Good evening, everyone. Question po kay Ms. Veronica Manalo. Tingin mo po, gaano kalaki yung papel na ginagampanan ng kabataan kapag uri ng usapin? I mean, ano ang naiaambag nating mga kabataan kapag ito na yung napag-usapan na issue?
I think in this age and time, the young people are actually gaining power, say for example, through social media. So for me, yung pinamagagawa ng mga kabataan, because we're not really in the position to affect, I mean talaga yung gumawa ng decisions in government, but at a certain level, let's make the issue ring to a lot of people. How? By, for example, sharing or actually reading the news. Kasi when we're actually more well aware, we can transmit that kind of information to our peers and eventually, parang mas magkakaroon ng knowledge yung mga tao and we can actually utilize yung bago sa atin ngayon, sa generation natin. That's the power of social media.
Oo, kaya tsaka wag mag-post ng mga absurd na mga news items daw.
Pampagulo lang yun.
Oo. Gusto kong tanungin kay Captain Andrews, sa atin po ba, ano ang maaari nating gawin? Could it have been preventable? Ito pong nangyaring pagkawala ng Flight 370.
Now I'll have to speak as CAAP. As CAAP, we are very proactive. We look at the probabilities of issues or in the aircraft. We have already foreseen a possibility or the danger of having just one person inside that cockpit at one time. So there are already procedures in place, even before this incident or accident, wherein that does not happen. When any of the crew members have to go out, there is always somebody.
So dapat dalawa.
Dapat
takes the
dalawa
place.
lagi.
Palagi pong dalawa. So yung iniisip natin, the most likely scenario that happened here is one pilot locked out all the others. That will not happen in our flights. This I assure the public. Now, as far as anybody being able to enter the cockpit, again, that is an improbability because these cockpits are reinforced. In fact, they're bulletproof. And before that happens, they can always issue already a distress call. So we'll know what is happening.
Okay.
Kaya po, very far-fetched mangyari yan sa atin.
That's good. And on that note, on a very positive note, assurance from CAAP, we will wrap up the show. Tingnan natin sila ang kanilang closing statements.
Atin sa ating guest na UP student Veronica Manalo.
For me, it's really all about being prepared. At the same time, for the governments to be accountable for whatever happens. So for example, dito sa case ng MH370, dapat maging accountable talaga yung Malaysian government to release the information needed. On the part of the youth, dapat sana mas maging involved tayo. Sana we actually take part in actually disseminating information to our peers, and at the same time be involved more in the social issues of not only our country but also neighboring countries. And at the same time, it starts with the individual, yung change. So we'll do our best dapat na sumunod sa mga rules, patakaran, and especially for example sa airlines, pagka sasakay tayo ng airplane, dapat susundin natin yung mga security measures because the little things we do can actually affect the bigger picture.
All right, economist Sir Ace David.
Ang participation ng bawat individual is to become very attentive sa mga nangyayari. But at the end of the day, like our youth here has mentioned about the power of social media, I appeal to everyone who is very much involved in the social media to be responsible in sharing information. Kasi kagaya nga na sinabi ni Cathy kanina, baka hindi nakakatulong, baka mas nakakagulo pa.
Samantala, hingan din natin ang kanyang huling mensahe, ang Professor and Political Analyst Dean Edna Co.
After the analysis made by all and after with the MH370 flight, the challenges of preparedness, proper procedures, adherence to security rules, and a sense of responsibility by everyone who should cooperate in subjecting themselves to the proper procedures. But on top of it, yung preparedness of our government to be at pace with developments of technology, the security of our airlines, and of course, cooperation with our passengers, with other countries, is something which I think brings us back to reflect upon.
At mula naman po sa Philippine Coast Guard, Lieutenant Erwin Tolentino.
Para po sa Coast Guard, makakaasa po kayo na ang inyong tanod baybay na Pilipinas ay lagi pong handa sa kung ano man pong mangyaring sakuna. Kami po ay nandito lang po handang tumugon sa kahit anumang problema.
At mula naman po sa Public Affairs Office ng Armed Forces of the Philippines, Captain Mark Andrew Posadas.
Okay, as far as our armed forces is concerned, may commitment tayo tumulong regardless kung whether it happens within our country or it happens with our neighbors, no? And that's what we did when we assisted in search and rescue of the missing aircraft. And then in the unlikely event that this might happen within our borders, the Armed Forces of the Philippines is prepared to provide assistance to not only our countrymen, but to those affected by such tragedies that will happen within our waters.
At huling mensahe naman boss mula sa Deputy Director General ng Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, Captain John Andrews.
I would like to address this to the riding public. Tayo mga tao sumasakay po sa aeroplano. For your information po, we're one of the countries that has a passenger bill of rights. Pag meron po kayong complaint, you can file your complaint. And if there is anything unusual you see in an aircraft, whether before takeoff, during flight, or after landing, kung wala po kayong cellphone, nandun po yung mga cabin attendants who you can inform, tell them what you have observed, and we all help each other. Ganyan lang po is how to keep the airplane safe during flight. On the other aspect of air safety, the CAAP is responsible for monitoring all this. We are the regulatory body and we enforce regulations. Ilan po masasabi ko.
Ganitong pagkakataon kung saan wala pang konkretong detalye kung ano nga ba ang tunay na kinahantungan ng MH370. Hindi po ba't mas maganda ang pagtutulungan kesa sa pagtuturuan? Sana po ay patuloy na magtulungan ng iba't ibang bansa hanggang sa makahanap ng resolusyon sa insidenteng ito. Ako po, si Cathy San Gabriel.
Para naman po sa mga pamilya ng mga nawawalang mga pasahero at crew ng nasabing aircraft, kaisa po ninyo ang sambayan ng Pilipino sa panalangin para sa kaligtasan ng inyong mga mahal sa buhay. Huwag po tayong mawala ng pag-asa na masusolusyonan rin po ang misteryong ito. Ako po, si Kirby Cristobal.
Masasabing ang pinaka-importanteng prioridad ng mga sasakyang panghipapawid ay ang kaligtasan ng bawat isang crew at pasaherong lula nito. Atin rin pong tandaan na kasama ng paghahanda, panalangin lamang ang tutulong sa ating malampasan ang mga ganitong klaseng mga sitwasyon. Ako po si Attorney Mark Castrodes. Naway nakatulong po ang inyong 1.5 oras na pagsama sa aming talakayin ang mahalagang isyong ito. Ito po ang MH370, a PTV Special Forum.